Alrighty then. Welcome to Friday Live and Mail Call. As always, I'll wait for John, SRV, to give me my audio check. Make sure everything's in good standing. Hey, Bernard, welcome. I've already said good morning to everybody else. I didn't enter the peanut butter cap contest just because I've had so much going on. And just for your benefit, Bernard, I still have all of these monthly kits to paint up and get on to the layout. So, yes, I am way behind. I'm God. According to Mr. Linton, I am God. Thanks, John. Both Johns, actually. I'll probably enter that one then, Bernard. I had fun with the one earlier in the year with my backwoods bordello. I'm still adding on to it too. Hey, Gus, how you doing, buddy? And there's Scott at the Hillbilly Railroad. Yesterday morning, I fired up my computer. When I shut it down, everything was fine and dandy. Hey, Jared, welcome, buddy. Everything was fine and dandy. Well, yesterday morning, I went to fire it up. I couldn't get anything to show on the monitor. And for those of you that know my system, I also have a 47-inch TV over here. And eventually, the picture came on the TV, the screen. So I'm going, uh-oh, it's either the wiring to my monitor, my touchscreen monitor over my work area right here, all right, or it's the monitor itself, or it's the video card that the output from it to the serial, not the USB, but to the serial port. So I've got a little screen that I had out that I usually hook up to my laptop out in the living room, and came and undid everything, hooked it up to it, and it worked. So it's not the wiring, not the computer. It's my Plantar touchscreen, 24-inch touchscreen monitor. So I heard about $500 to replace, but I'm probably not going to replace it with a touchscreen. The original idea for it being touchscreen was over there at Aurora, as Mr. Linton knows. All right, so it's interactive to run JMRI and the switching operations. Now that I run a Kindle, all right, over there, I don't need the touchscreen. So anyway, Anthony Jay and Dave at Crooked River. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think it was Dwight. I'm pretty sure it was Dwight. That last week requested I go through all of my locomotives. So that's kind of what we're going to do today, if that's okay with everybody. I only have one little mail call, and it is little. So, you know, I could do that now and pretend I'm Heath, and 2 hours later you finally get to see it, or I can go ahead and show you. To put it in perspective, last week in my big Caboose Stop Hobbies box unboxing, all right, two of the items from there were these Atlas cement hoppers. They just call them 2-bay covered hoppers. Okay, I'm going to make them cement hoppers, and there's 2 of them. Okay, and so what I have to do, of course, these are undecorated, so I got to decorate them. So I had ordered, and I was hoping they would have actually come in by the time Caboose Stop box got here, but they didn't. They came Friday afternoon. Okay. All right. So what I got was 2 sets of decals. To put on the hopper. Okay. And I got 2 sets. Plus, I scanned them and did some Photoshop magic on them, and so that I have them in my decal file, so that if I want to make any more for almost any type of car on the Burlington, I have those available. I can print them out myself. Yeah, Jared, they had a lot of stuff. I mean, just a lot of stuff. I don't know that it was different, Jared, as much as it was more selection within the different categories, like more locomotives, more locomotives, used but run great. There's some good DCC buys on some of those. A lot of kits, rolling stock kits. Some real old ones, from what I understand. A lot of Craftsman kits were there. A lot of little detail stuff. Some inexpensive, aka cheapo vehicles that I tried to pick up a couple of. I don't know if I got them or not. It'll be a surprise. Yes, John Linton. I remember. I gotta seal them. Catch me once. Hey, at least I admit things and disclose them so nobody else does the stupid things that I tend to do. All right. So, yeah, Jared, I really enjoyed it. I mean, they had to. Keith at the end had to really press to get through all the stuff. It was fun. So, where did I get these decals, Dwight? I got them on eBay. These were the only 2 the guy had. I just run, micro, not engineering. Well, hell, I got them in here. There's a lot of decal places out there. You just run searches for them, and I get micro scale decals. I get a lot from them, and as I alluded to, I learned finally that when you buy the decals, go ahead and scan them into your computer, but you have to go into some type of photo manipulation software, Photoshop as an example, and go in and do the paint can fill for all the blue background and turn it all white. Because if you don't, all right, your decals, the outline around what you want, isn't going to be clear. It's going to be blue, okay, when it gets scanned. So you turn them all white, and printers don't print white, so it'll come out clear. Likewise, anything like the center of an O or 0 or the O or 0 that's wearing a belt called an 8. All right. So go in and fix those up, okay? And you'll have great decals afterwards. K4 is another good place, John. Okay. Yeah, you do a lot of decaling too. I know that. Oh, good for you, Jared. Good for you. I hope you got well, if you did it, you obviously got what you consider to be a fair deal. So I take it you just have an account balance with them. And didn't you go up there last week, Jared? Yeah, I thought you said you were going up there. The 3-hour tour, except instead of on a boat, you're in a vehicle going through the golden waves of grain across the rolling hills of eastern Iowa. You know, this one's blue. It's not a Heath shirt. I'm out of uniform. I got stuck for time. As y'all may recall, I've got trains parked everywhere to free up Union Station so I can work on it. Well, to do this Loco show, I had to move them around back again. And like the California Zephyr sitting right here, and then the Blackhawk Burlington sitting back there. They were parked over at Aurora, but I need to be able to get trains through Aurora to bring them around to be able to show them off over here. Okay, and that's what I plan on doing. I'll switch cameras and I'll bring the trains around. That's what I said, rolling hills. They are rolling hills. Doesn't get flat until you get out to northwest Iowa or north central and central Illinois. That's pretty flat too. You know, rolling hills, rolling and flat are relative terms, mind you. Yeah, Jared, just looking at the videos of that store and all the drawers full of stuff, you know, if you made like your wish list of detail or spare parts, all right, you want to talk about old world hobby shop that apparently keeps everything, that would be the place to go. I mean, if I were them and they had a bunch of trash stuff, you know, I'd gut them down like engines. And the gears, just throw the gears in a drawer, man. Somebody could come in there and get replacement gears like that. So, I mean, how many times have we looked for replacement gears, you know, particularly drive gears for Locos, and not been able to find them? I know I bought a steamer on eBay that needed some gears, and I couldn't find them anywhere. It was, I think, a Bachman or an IHC, one or the other. And I finally sent the Loco back because in the ad they said, runs good. Yeah, it ran good. It just didn't move. I need to straighten my collar. You know, I've never been known for being a great dresser, Lynn. You know, and the humidity down here makes everything turn around and do weird stuff. You know, we're not in the desert of California. Yeah. Hey, Sparky. Welcome, buddy. We're just chatting away. Yeah, I tried Northwest Shortline for years. I couldn't find anything for this one. And what's that other company? Arrow, or I forget what it is. I got a bookmark. I just go there. So, you want to run through a few locomotives, and we'll go from there. Let's start with my DC locomotives. Yes, I still have a few DC locomotives. We're going to change this over. Maybe. There it is. All right, my big fat head. All right, and I'm going to slide back out of the way here. Yeah, we'll see if we can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, I'll slide back. My oldest locomotive. All right. This is a Tyco, and it is all metal. All right, 40 tonner, and of course it's not prototypical by any means, but this was my very first Loco. It still runs. The light in it still works. It's just DC. I haven't put a chip in it yet. And I will eventually. It was on the low end of my priorities. I keep this just for display over on the harbor scene when I have the harbor scene set up. So that's my Tyco. and it's still DC, but again, it'll get a decoder put into it. And I'll probably not do sound and instead use the limited space for a keep alive since it's only a 2-axle. Now, yes, it'll be an N-scale chip, Sparky. If I say that, I haven't looked at I use Digitrax because I'm not one that has ditch lights and number board lights and all these different functions on most of my Locos. I'd like front and rear lights, cab light or number board light, and that's about it. I don't have classification lights and all, ditch lights, like I said, all that stuff. But I do like sound, and I'm hesitant to pay the price of a Soundtrax or Loc Sound or even TC train T whatever. TC they're out of Pennsylvania. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm just having a brain freeze, and because you're going to pay over $100 for a sound decoder. I can pick up a Digitrax 16-bit sound decoder at Iron Planet Hobbies. They list for like $58. I think you can get them with discount, free shipping, and everything for $48, $49. And you can get the 8-bit version of it for less than that, for about $10 less. And that gives the effect I want. All right. That's just me. Maybe someday I'll change out, but for now I pretty much stay with Digitrax when I'm doing an install, and that's just me. Hey, Jason. The Digitrax one, right, wrong, or indifferent. I put a N-scale chip in. When did I put it in? I think it was my old Athearn SW1 or SW1500. I think, and it worked fine. I ended up burning it up, but not because it's because I was stupid and didn't wrap it, and it shorted out. But anyway, they're rated at 1 amp, just like their HO ones are. I don't know what the total difference is, other than I know the sound quality is a lot worse than the marginal sound quality of the HO ones. So, regarding Ed M, I'm trying to think why Ed M should mean something to me, Jared. Regarding Ed M. Huh. TCS, yeah, John. That's what I was thinking of. Ed M. You're gonna have to explain that one to me, Jared. I don't know. So anyway, that was that one. And I'm not in any hurry. I've got to get some rod and make a couple of handrails that have gotten lost over the last 50 plus years. That Locos probably traveled to more states than any real Loco over the years. Let's see, Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Oklahoma, Texas twice, Tennessee twice, Illinois twice, Georgia and Florida twice. Okay. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, John Morris is fast. I've got a pretty fast system and a great connection. And those guys still beat me out most of the time if we're bidding on the same stuff. I made John Morris so guilty. He sent me one of the items we were bidding against each other on free. I mean, I felt guilty. Made him feel guilty. He made me feel guiltier. So he's a super nice guy, though. Super nice. You know, we talk every now and then. Oh, why don't they do something about it, Jared? Yeah, John's a great guy. I didn't realize Ed was pulling those kinds of shenanigans. I know there's another guy, but I think he's challenged. Let's put it that way. That was doing something similar, but I don't think he had the mental capacity to realize he was doing something wrong. Let's just put it that way. Oh, they are? Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right, let's move on to my next DC item. All right. Does anybody know what my favorite Loco is? I've said it time and time and time again. For the old timers, they probably know. I can imagine sweet Carol getting upset. Okay, Jared, you're AFK. All right. So, what's my favorite Loco, guys? Everybody should know. Jason, you're true. That is true, Jason. But what is my favorite? Actually, it's my favorite on any. The type of Loco is my favorite on any railroad. But yeah, the Burlingtons hit home. Yeah, John, your RS1 is pretty cool, but that's not my favorite. SW1500s, good guess. That was one of my first non-cheapo engines. My first Athearn. I still have it too. But it's not. Ah, there we go. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, John SRV once again wins. No, E-units in general, E8, E9s. All right, but I also like E3s, 5s, 7s, 6s. You know, for the most part, they look substantially similar. The shovel nose is different on the E3 and maybe E5. The E6s and E7s, I can't tell the difference on. E8s and E9s have the same shell. It's just upgraded engine, so you can use the same. So, but anyway, ding, 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 ding. All right. New old stock, still in the box. Haven't put a chip in it yet. All right. And, but I'll get around to it. I will get around to it. And they're not hard to put chips in. One of the easier ones. And if one extra isn't enough, let's try two. Again, new old stock in the box. I got these as a pair. All right. Road numbers are 9939A and 9940B. All right. So they're A, B set. And the price tag on them was $85, but I picked them up as a pair for $75 or something. I don't remember, but it was less than $100 for the pair of them. And what happened a year ago, last January, all right, so year and 3/4 or more, I needed a couple more E-units, and they were prevalent on eBay, and this is before eBay prices started going skyrocketing. And you could pick up Proto 2000 Locos for $50 or less. So I bid on a wide variety of them, not thinking I was going to get them all. Well, I bid on 7, and I got all 7. So, anyway. Yeah, they're both Burlington. Yeah, hard to reach Downers Grove, Illinois, on the rail. Not Burlington. Actually, it's not true. Northern Pacific and Great Northern were also common trains to come through on the Burlington tracks. Of course, between those two railroads, they own the majority share of the CB&Q. So, yeah, I'm a big spender, Jason. I'm a cheap old bastard. Is what I am. So, those are all the DC locos that I have. Okay. So what I want to do next is let me bring the Super Chief around and we'll take a look at those 4. Oh, hang on, guys. I just got an email that I was expecting. Yeah. Hang on. All right. I'm sorry for that. Where was I? Oh, Super Chief. All right, we're gonna bring it on around. Oop. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so there's actually 4. It's an ABBA consist. Yeah, Mr. Linton, it was, of course. Okay, so the first A unit, that's an Athearn Blue Box chassis and motor, drivetrain, all that. But Frank, most of you know Frank, Steeler fan. He had 2 Intermountain shells, Santa Fe shells, F7 shells, and 1A and 1B. So he wanted to know if I wanted them. And I said, hell yeah. So I paid the postage, and then he shipped them to me. And this is the A unit, and this is the B unit of those. And the B unit also is an Athearn chassis, Blue Box chassis. Okay. They all have sound decoders in them, 16-bit sound decoders with upgraded sound files. The B unit here is an Athearn Blue Box shell and frame. Nothing special about it, but the detail on the Athearn Blue Box is nothing like the Intermountain detail. You know, these are molded in ventilation screens along here, whereas on the other B unit and on the A unit, it's actually see-through metal stamped metal, screens on there. So that's pretty cool. And then the A unit, I need to get some more Athearn F unit horns. And there's the other A unit. All right, now that is a dummy. Okay, it's got the shell is fitted for lights already, but there's no decoder or anything in it like that, and it's a dummy. For my layout on these longer passenger trains, 2 F units will work, but they slow down substantially if they're going up that way or up on the other end of the dog bone. And so that's why for this train and my North Coast Limited, I run 3 power units on both of them. So, all right, let's move along. Don't deny it at all, Jason. Don't deny it at all. I'm going to run this one back around so I can bring something else around. I haven't hardly run trains at all, so, and the temperature we're at the time of year where the temperature is fluctuating. And this room is only semi-temperature controlled. So this is the time of year where I typically have track issues, like right there. I'm actually running it backwards to what I normally run, but that's okay. Concours Express car is not a lot of fun. All right, I'm still here, guys. I've got a couple cars giving me issues. But as always, we will work through it. All right, hooked up. All right, so we'll park that one. Park that one. And we'll bring out the do 1467 and all right, we'll bring out my the city of Los Angeles. I'm not going to bring out the whole train, just and All right. I pulled the city of Los Angeles with another Athearn Blue Box F7, but the B unit is a F3 Stewart Hobbies, old Stewart Hobbies that I bought off of eBay, which is slightly weathered. I bought it slightly weathered. I'll bring it back around. Okay, yeah, this is just an Athearn Blue Box, and as John, Mr. Linton, can attest to, it ground like hell, and I had to take it apart, clean it, and lube it up real good, and got rid of most of it, most of the grinding. So that's it. Athearn Blue Box F7. I believe it's an F3 Stewart. So. And I counted all my engines the other day, and I lost track. I don't know how many I got. I could look in Decoder Pro at the roster and then add 3, I guess. So we'll go park that one and bring another one around, another couple around. Uh-oh, I forgot I had a train parked in the way. That wasn't good. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that other engine around. 1762. Get it out of the way. (1762)'s got an interesting story. It's coming. All right, there's 1762. It's a again Athearn Blue Box. SD 45. All right. And I got it. Let me remember the story on this one. This is rather recent. It was this summer. And I think it was listed. Oh, I know what it was. This thing had a Japanese motor in it, and the drivetrain didn't work because it was the wrong size motor in there, and the length of the motor and flywheels and everything didn't add up. So I dropped in a Athearn Genesis motor and put new drive shafts in, cleaned out all the gears and lubed them all up again, and now it runs pretty good. So I was real happy with that one. Turned out okay. We can release those. Then I can bring that one back around. Don't worry, guys. It'll move faster once I get to all these over here at the roundhouse. But I got to get to them first. all these Santa Fe Locos get parked up at my Berwyn Cicero engine facility, the old Revell two stall engine house. All right, so we can deselect, release that one, and next we want 1236 and 717 in the reverse mode, and set the switches. And again, these two. By the way, I use the Santa Fe the Santa Fe SD45. I really don't have it assigned to any trains yet. Now the next lash up I use for my my Santa Fe Southwest Manifest, and switching up operations. So they're the workhorses for the Santa Fe Freight that I do. And I guess it would help if I turned track power on to that section of track. I can be challenged in throwing switches and getting track power right, all that stuff. All right. The next one consists of a GP30 and a GP7. All right, John, probably already gone. All right, now this GP30 has this is the GP30, has a non-sound decoder in it. It came that way, and it was on eBay and advertised as DC. And when I got it, it required some work, but there was a chip in it. And ultimately, I got it running DCC, and it's been fine ever since. It is a Proto 2000, as well as the GP7 back here. The GP7 does have an 8-bit sound decoder in it, so the lash up together has sound. Okay, and I know I like sound in all my engines. But I know a lot of people just put sound in the lead engine, as an example. And either way is fine. I just like it in both, but I probably won't ever do it. This one was different though. I used a different decoder than I normally used, with a sound bug, a Digitrack sound bug that plugged into that decoder. And worked great. I did that with a GP9, CB&Q GP9 we'll look at later, and it worked for a little while, and then it shot crap, so I got to fix that one. Yeah, I'm of the same opinion, Jason. Every engine should have sound. You know, if it's running, you should be able to hear it, right? Although we all run them too loud anyway, but... And so anyway, that's this lash up. And away they go. And I will... That GP30 I do have some derailing issues with over by the harbor, typically on this track, so we'll see. Yep, There it went. And what it amounts to, I think, and it only does it for this engine, but I think the truck, the covers off the gearboxes on the bottom, I think they sit lower for some reason, and they rub. I could be wrong. I've got to look into that some more. And back into the engine shed it goes. All right, now that should cover. Oh, nope. Got one more up here. I thought I had all the ones for Van Buren Street, which, by the way, I got to apologize. I still haven't got the Van Buren Street finish video out. And, I mean, it's all shot. I just got to edit it. And let's see. My RS3. You know, after John Linton was here all the time, he'd bring over these RS ones and RS3s and the rumble, you know, of the Alcos, and I just love the sound, so I had to have one, and so that's what I did. Oh, dirty track. Go figure. Oh, it's off the track. Always helps when you get them re-railed properly. I haven't run it since I worked on Van Buren Street and all the pounding and so forth. Popped it off the track. So this Santa Fe RS3 is a little different. You know, normally when you think of Santa Fe, you think of the war bonnets or the blue and yellows on the freights. Well, this one is what they call the zebra paint scheme. All right. This is a Bachmann. Yeah, Bachmann with DCC. Okay, and I think it's an economy, but I could be wrong. I know I have another Bachmann with sound that is an economy. So, but it's got that nice rumble to it, so I really like that. And this is one I picked up. Let's see, it was after Mr. Linton left, so sometime after February, between February and August, probably. Let's run him back around. Yeah, I miss you, buddy. You know, mile railroading, in my opinion, at least for me, is a great hobby, but it's even better when you can share it with friends. Okay, and what I mean by that, of course, is having friends come over and operate, you know, or swap stories and fix engines, do landscaping, scenicking, all that kind of stuff. All right, and so, oh, I know why I derailed on the way out. Yeah, that's why. Real, because yes, I forgot to throw a switch on the way out. Mr. Linton, I think even you would be impressed with how Van Buren Street turned out. I noticed I forgot to put some people back on the escalators. All right, so that's the RS3. Now, I am going to try, mind you, to bring out one I haven't brought out in a while. But one of my, what I call cuties. I got a pair of them. They're pretty cool. All right. And these things are really cool. And I'll explain when I finally get it around there. Go, go, go. It's trying to climb a hill with 2 cars. It made it. Yay. Surprised, but it made it. I'm coming. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Patience. They say it's a virtue. Here she comes. Here she comes, walking down the street. I know. Don't quit my day job. Oh, that's right. I'm retired. I don't have one. All right. There's my little cutie. The little yellow one. Engine number 6. It's Elgin, Joliet, and Eastern, EJ&E, which is also known as the Chicago Beltline Railroad. Primarily does interchange switching for a number of different railroads around Chicago instead of going through Chicago. And they're industrial. These are just little industrial switchers. So I actually have 2. All right, I have this one, which is kept at Lockport Industrial at the Vulcan Materials quarry for switching cars there. And the other is not visible, but I will make it visible if everybody hangs tight. Hang on, Snoopy, hang on. All right, here we go. And give the view everybody likes. All right. Desktop. Primary. And do that. Okay, the other one is over here at Aurora doing the street running switching on the Motorman. And I believe it's engine number, I can't see, I don't even remember, but it should be moving shortly. It's on a 30-second delay at each end. There it comes, and it's engine number 5 on the EJ&E. Okay, now these are Walther's little hustlers, and they come with a keep alive in them, so they're pretty cool. All right, no sound, and there's really not any room in these for a speaker. I have thought about taking that cement car that it's pulling and making it into a sound car with a sound file for the locomotive, And someday I probably will do that, but not now. All right, so that was that one. And we'll switch back to here. Did I show it? I bet you I didn't show it, did I? Damn. That can be worthless at times, you know. Let me switch back to this other. Okay, I can't see it. All right. Hang on, I'll get it back. That's what happens when I try to do too many things at one time. So let's go back and make this that. And bring this screen back up and go full screen. There you go. All right. Now over here is engine number 5. The red. It's the red Walthers, and it's right back there. And it just goes back and forth on a 30-second delay at each end, hauling that cement car. So you can see it now, right? Everybody sees it? I hope. Hope. Yes, no, maybe so. Hey, Joe. Welcome, buddy. Jason, I could not put a thumbtack inside these things. Okay? I mean, they are tiny. There's no room for any speaker that I've ever seen. Between the motor, drivetrain, the chip, and then the keep alive, all right, in this itty bitty little car. I mean, look how small that thing is. I mean, there's just no room at all. I mean, I look in there and there's just, I mean, I can actually see out the other window, but just barely, you know? I mean, somebody might be able to do it. I'm not going to tackle it. I mean, I fit most of mine. I've put the decoders in. So I won't say I'm great at it, but I'm knowledgeable. And, you know, I mill things out and do all that. And one of the biggest challenging ones I've done is the actual Athearn SWs, the old ones, the old blue box. I mean, they're tough to do. So let me run this little one back, put them back at the quarry. And I've got 2 more that aren't at, oh, no, I don't. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more that aren't even here at the roundhouse. All right. And into the quarry it goes. Good deal. All right, so release that one. And the other one, I'm going to turn off the Motorman. And the next one we want to do is old number 8. And Jason has one of these. Okay, and I think we both have ours nicknamed the same thing. I haven't run this one in ages, so. Yeah, it hadn't run in ages. I'm going to run it all the way around the layout just to give it some run time. This is actually a Bachmann 70 ton. Okay, and I call it, it doesn't need a sound chip, all right, because it grinds enough to make it sound like it's got a sound chip. And I almost, what do they say in the right stuff, screwed the pooch. Because I ran it. Luckily, the track power to the track I ran it through Union Station on was off. Okay. I got so much junk on these tracks here in Union Station from working. I really didn't expect to. Oh, engines will not roll over a pipette. Just so everybody knows, engines do not run over pipettes. Oh, they don't like running over clump foliage either. All right. Yeah, that's what this one was, the red undecorated one. Again, I decorated it in EJ and E colors and decals. Engine number 8. And I used this as a helper engine on the Aurora team track. Okay. That way I can have an engine at each end of the team track to pull the dead at the Hoffa cement is past the exit switch, so you have to approach it from the opposite direction of all the others. So using this help gives a little bit of a helper. Ah, Joe's got one too. Okay, I'm just trying to get caught up on the chat as we go. All right. So let's go ahead and put that one back. Everybody get a look at it. All right. And we'll bring it back around. I got a couple extra keep alives. I'm trying to figure out which engines I want to put them into. This may be one of them. Tell you what, the grinder is not very responsive to DCC commands. There's a long pause on it. Okay, so the next one will be a CB&Q GP9 Phase 2. Alright. And that is engine 267. And this is the one that I put a sound bug in, and after a while it stopped working, so I probably shorted it out. Forgot to use some Capcom tape or something, I don't know. I'm a big proponent of running your trains often, like every day. Double D and I had the same conversation. I know he's the same way. Of the best way to keep your track clean is run your trains, at least if you're running metal wheels. But I haven't been doing that, so I've got some track cleaning to do now. But when I'm running every day, I never have to run my trains. Oops, ran a little long there. Okay, so this is my CB&Q GP9 Phase 2. And it's a Proto 2000. And when I got it, it didn't work. And so I started looking into it and everything. And I finally noticed, and I'll pull it off the track so y'all can see. And you may or may not be able to see this, but it's melted. This shell is actually melted. Can you see it underneath the end of the Zephyr there, just above the yellow stripe? And what I think it turned out to be was a combination bad gears that had locked up. And when I bought it, I think I bought it for $25 as a project engine off of eBay. And something to piddle with. Lynn. And got it all apart and found that. So I had an extra Athearn motor, and they're virtually the same as Proto 2Ks, and dropped it in, cleaned it up, changed the axle gears out, lubed it up, did all the standard stuff, and it runs so smooth now. But like I say, I did burn up the sound bug in it. Yeah, I did. I think it's before I started using Capcom tape. And it may have been Jason. Yeah, I want to model a GE on fire. I use this engine as a road switcher in the area I call Route 83, which is the Sexaton food. Whoa, big boy. Didn't stop. Didn't stop at all. And the salvage yard. I also use it as the other engine at the Aurora team track. And I keep it at the Sexaton food distributorship, that siding, because it's right there. It's close. I can use it as a secondary loco for the Aurora Eola yard as well. Okay, so let's disable or release that one. Shut the power off. Well, those are done. Now, yeah. Alright. I got okay. Let's do. I've got one modern day locomotive. It's a -9, Southern Pacific -9 that I won in Cousin Vinny's Christmas show last year. Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. And it is 8138. Make sure I got the siding turned on. I do. I don't have the switch set right. All right, now I got it. And this thing, it's so long compared to any of my other 3-axle units that I always have issues. There's one route I can take. Well, that's the other issue I have right there. There's one route I can take where it doesn't have an issue. Okay. And Jason and I have had this talk a couple times. You know, he being a Cotton Belt man, subsidiary of Southern Pacific, and then I have this one Southern Pacific engine, and they were the only railroad that did that. Only one of very few railroads that actually did not go into Chicago. Now they did do some interchange with the Rock Island on some passenger trains, and freight, I guess. But anyway, this is an Athearn, ready to roll. Not a blue box, but a ready to roll -9. Okay, and non-powered. I mean non-sound. Vinny did supply a 3 or 4 function non-sound decoder to go with it that I think Yankee Dabbler, is a Bachmann decoder, gave them. All right, so it is DCC. The problem that I had with it, and I think somebody donated it to the raffle, I'm not sure, that at some point or another it got damaged. And no apparent anything on the outside, but what had happened was the either the flywheel slid in a little too far to the motor or something, because the drive shaft, the dog bone drive shaft, would not stay snapped in place. Okay, so I modified and put a different yoke on the worm gear side of the truck, you know, and the drive shaft, and bought some new longer drive shafts for it. And like a lot of things, I keep extras, screws, axle gears. I know I got some drive shafts somewhere. Oh, wait. Yeah, see, drive shafts. All right, I got two different size drive extra yokes, two different size drive shafts, more yokes. So anyway, got those things fixed, and it runs well. It really does. It just does not like my track. Okay, I can run it, like I say, one direction on the outer main line and not have any problems with it. But when I do just about anything else, it becomes problematic. But it runs smooth. So we'll stop that. And we'll put it back. We're getting there, guys. We may have to make this a two-part series. All right, so that's it for that one. I can release it. Turn the power off. All right, the next one is one of my favorites. Okay. And my most expensive. When I was first getting back in to the hobby and wanted to start building this the retirement railroad, I was down in Sarasota, and it was my first visit to Gulf Coast model trains. Okay, and they had this Broadway Limited consolidated in the display case. And I mean, it's got the classification lights, it's got cab light, number boards, every station sounds, passenger sounds, freight sounds, just tons of things. Okay, and it did everything really cool except for one thing: it couldn't make it around my track if it had to. Okay, and however, after 2 years of messing with Broadway Limited, they decided that they needed to put, and if I get it out of the staging yard, they decided that they needed to swap the boards. And this had a D series decoder board in it. And I'll bring it around here in a minute. I want to run it around the track first. And it's got smoke, and I mean, it does all kinds of neat stuff. I can't help but start humming the theme to Petticoat Junction every time I run this train. I think this train listed for like $450, and this is 2+ years ago. All right, and I just had to have it because you don't find too many CB&Q steam locomotives. So this is a Colorado and Southern. It's not one that ran in the Chicago area. But nonetheless, I don't know if I have steam in there or not. Smoke fluid. Yeah, I do. I need a combine car because that way I could run just the combine and really be Petticoat Junction. Here she comes, rolling down the track at the junction, Petticoat Junction. Whoop, about ran it by. Let's back her up. So this is the Broadway Limited Consolidated. After they agreed, I think it was the third or fourth board they put in it under warranty. After they agreed to put the H series, the upgraded H series board in, the H series had a plug-in spot for a power pack, what Broadway Limited version of a Keep Alive. Okay, and so I bought one of those as well and plugged it in. I have not had a lick of trouble since. Okay, and so if you got an old Paragon 3, okay, and you're having problems with it, check the board, see if it's a D series. If it is, replace it with an H series and put a power pack in it, and you're likely solved your problems. All right, see you later, Sparky. No, it's the track's fault. I admit it, I'm not the best track layer. Most of it works. All right, so we'll go put this one away. And the reason I keep leaving the dust there is so I can change change the switches, because it's easier to change them over at Aurora than it is at the dispatcher desk. We're at a minute 23 and we haven't even gotten to the roundhouse. But it'll go fast once we get to the roundhouse. Oop, 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 oop. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Has anybody been counting all these locos? Okay. Now I've got 3 more Locos over in staging that I'm not going to bring out because they're just replications of others that I have. I have 2 GP Burlington GP 35s, and I've got another GP 35 that we'll take a look at right here. Maybe. All right. On the turntable is a GP 35. This is the one I got in 2 pieces. Okay. I bought a dummy. I bought a dummy at Caboose Stop Hobbies for, I think it was $15. Okay. Athearn Blue Box dummy. 2-3 weeks later at Caboose Stop Hobbies, they had a GP35 powered chassis. So I picked it up for $35. So for $50, I had a DC GP35. Okay. And it runs like a top. The other 2 I've had for a number of years. And they're back over in staging, and they're virtually the same thing. And I keep those. I run those 2 GP35s for the my coal train, my Wyoming coal train. And this GP35, I run whatever I want. On the turntable with it right now is my gondola with my camera car that I made into the camera car. And let's turn that on and we'll park these 2. So I need track 13. And I need head in. Okay. And this is 988. Need to turn the sound up on this one. Okay. Now I got to clean my turntable. I'll show you why. And it's not the track. Well, maybe I don't. Oh, this one has, I put a current keeper, or keep alive, whatever you want to call it, in this Loco, just because I had one. All right. And I put it on track number 11. And tail. Do. And this has some lighting function on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. We'll put it away. Okay. Now next to it there is one of my oldest engines. It's another SD45. I got it back in the mid 70s when I was in high school. I always wanted a Burlington schemed engine, and I saw one at a hobby shop, and you got to remember, for a kid back in the day, even though I was in high school, trains were, the Tycos and the Bachmans and stuff like that. Athearn Blue Box they were hot stuff for a kid. So I got to high school, I had a job, I had money, so I bought one. Still have it today. It's the first engine I put a decoder in, and still running. Didn't no blue smoke. Okay, so I'm pretty proud of that one. Okay, the next one I don't know if it'll run out of the 10, 11, 12 tail. 14, 13. Okay. I don't know if it's going to run or not. This one is kind of fun. 928. Now it'll run once you get it running, if that makes sense. Smash right into an oil car. All right. So this is a SW 1500, and we'll zoom in on it. Zoom, 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 zoom. Hang tight. We'll get there. That's as much zoom as I can get. All right. So I'm going to put it to track 15. Tail. Now this is an Athearn Blue Box. It's got a story. Again, when I was in high school, about the same time as I got that SD45, I picked up a cow and calf, Southern Pacific. Okay, because I always thought cows and calves were pretty cool. All right. And I ended up sending the dummy calf and both shells to Jason, okay, the train freak. And I picked up I kept the powered chassis, and off of eBay, I picked up this Burlington chassis, okay, and stuck it on there, and put a decoder in it, and this is the one I believe I put a N scale decoder in, and ultimately fried it. So I got a HO decoder and a keep alive in it. Okay. But it never. I've done everything I know to do on the electrical, the pickups for it. I've direct wired to the trucks. I've cleaned the wheels, although I look at it now and they could use some cleaning. So anyway, it's not a great runner. I use it to I double team with it. I've got another SW Burlington that I run with it over at Aurora, the yard in Aurora. So track 12 tail. Let me get caught up on chat. All right, bye, Jason. And we'll put it back. See, right now it's not responding. Oh, there it goes. All right. There we go. Okay, so we've gone through all of these. Here, let's bring that one out. And that is 104. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gotta label these one of these days. This one is a good, cool engine. It's a GE. Okay, this is a U-28, a U-boat. The U-28 has a longer nose than the U-30s, at least in the Burlington scheme. This is a relatively new locomotive. It is actually, I saw it at Zitnik's, but I opted to get a BLI SW. I don't know which one it was. That's 1200, 1500. I'm not sure. And the thing just bounced around the track. I said, well, that ain't going to work. So John was here, and he took it back because he lived by Zitnik's, and we traded it in. They had two of these Bowser U-boats and U-28s, and he selected this one for me, and it's a great engine, good sound, good runner. So I'm really, really happy with it. Huh? And he knew he better make the right decision of the two, because if it didn't run worth a damn, he was going to get blamed for it. The next one on the hit parade, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the turntable's shaking. You take these, slip them off, and go in and you can take tweezers and clean them out a little bit, but I take it apart and clean them up real good every few months. All right. And this one I haven't run in so long, I gotta remember what it is. It's my Pensy. It's what 5898. Right now, my Broadway limited passenger train is off the layout, so I haven't run this Loco. Now this is the first E unit that I actually put a keep alive in, because it's a 6-axle locomotive. It really shouldn't need one, but it had an intermittent short from one of the trucks where both trucks tied together to go to the decoder, and I didn't want to take all that wiring apart, so I just slapped a keep alive in it. I know I'm lazy. Oops, went the wrong way, but that's okay. And it has an upgraded sound file in it as well. Digitrax has a sound library. This guy McMasters or McKellen, I can't remember the guy's name anyway, he's put together some really good or neat sound files. So I've downloaded a bunch of those in my different Digitrax locomotives. But that's the this again is a P2K Proto 2000. Now I have a Mars light. It's a single light E8. All right, and I have it set as a Mars light, which it is prototypically incorrect. It just would have been a regular headlight. But hey, it's my railroad. I like Mars lights. So. Okay, the next one's another U-boat. And it is number 149. And it is a Proto 2000 Heritage Special Edition U30. So another U-boat with the stub nose. And it's the sound file, or the decoder board, is, I forget what they don't even make them anymore. Quasar, I want to say, but that's not it either. Hell, I must be slightly off. Uh, so there's certain things I like about the Bowser U-boat as compared to the U-30 here, the Proto. And there's certain things about the Proto I like over the U-30. So, and most of it's in the detail work and painting. For instance, a lot of the grill work on the Bowser is dark blackened, okay, and it's not on this one. Eventually, I'll get around and try to equalize the two some, maybe do some weathering. I'm not big on weathering my locomotives. So anyway, that's the U-30. 7. And I need tail. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hang tight. I'm trying to get through them all. Hey, JB. Hey, hi. Hi. Randall, hello. People are sneaking in as I'm jibber jabbering. My wife calls Heath Mr. Jibber Jabber. It's funny because she knows what I do now. Oh, there it goes. Well, that track needs to be cleaned. Okay. And on the 6 track, 6 tail is 6. And this one is what, 949 maybe? 548. Not even close. This has an upgraded sound file in it too. All right, this is an Athearn Blue Box, and this is a SD45. I've had it for about a year. It's got a 16-bit Digitrax decoder in it with an upgraded sound file. I do not have a Keep Alive in it like I do on the other one. I should probably put one in it. I've got a bunch. Anytime I order from Iron Planet Hobbies, I typically order extra of the Keep Alives. So that's another SD45. I think hey Lee, I use Digitrax, and you know I know everybody has their preference. I chose Digitrax simply because the club nearest me is Digitrax, and if you're going to run trains on their layout, you got to have a Digitrax throttle. All right, and I didn't know diddly about DCC at the time. All right, so I'm an old DC guy, but I knew I wanted DCC, so I got Digitrax. And you know, come to shove, all right, and I know the people that have the Hammerhead NCE love it, okay, but that's the throttle, okay. When it comes down to the guts of the DCC system, I don't know what the differences are. Okay, I cannot ascertain any difference because it's pretty much standardized. I mean, they all have their own way of doing things, but they all do the same things. Okay, Digitrax uses LocoNet as an example, and there's other things that are compatible with LocoNet, and that's fine and dandy. But if anybody that's watched my streams, they never see me using the Digitrax controller. Matter of fact, I got to figure out where I put it. Oh, here it is. Because I just don't use it. Okay. So I don't understand. You know, here's my Digitrax controller, my throttle. All right, and I don't use it. I use the handheld, my old cell phones. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd like to get a utility throttle, and I'd like to maybe at some point get a proto throttle. Okay, but those are throttles. There are differences in throttles, and so I don't make a big thing of what type of DCC system somebody runs. I know there's certain boards, and like NCE has, in my opinion, a better reversing board. Okay, it's digital. It's not mechanical. Doesn't have mechanical contours. Okay, so you know, I don't always use all Digitrax stuff. Okay? I'm not even sure who makes the PM42, whether it's Digitrax or NCE. All right, let's go to the next one. And this one is a fun little one that I can't see the number boards for. It's been a while since I've run it. This is the engine I use to do most of my switching at Aurora, Eola. Another SW. It does not have a keep alive in it, but it's got a shitload of momentum on it, which I have every time I switch to this engine. I got to get used to it. And it's just a typical SW. Whoa! Stop! 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 There we go. This is a Walthers, and it has an ESU Loc Sound board in it. And ESU Loc Sound, great soundboards, but they do not play well with JMRI Decoder Pro. And somewhere along the line, my bell and horn functions on this have changed, and they don't work anymore. But the sound and everything else does. So it's got to be a CV thing. But again, Decoder Pro does not play well with ESU Loc Sound. I probably did it trying to reprogram something, but anyway, I'll figure it out eventually. It's one of those things that, you know, you get aggravated and it goes on for so long, and then finally you say, well, god dang it, I'm going to fix it. This is kind of one of those things. Track 5, tail. Bye, Randall. Joe. I am fortunate enough. I have a good friend. He's a doctor, of course. and he has to get the latest and greatest phone all the time. And I am somewhere in his rotation for giving his old phone to. So my new phone that I actually use is his old phone, and I think it's a iPhone 12 upgraded with 200 and some whatever of memory in it. And because he likes to run tons of apps and pictures and all kinds of stuff, so he gave that to me. So my two cell phones, and when I got that one, I had to buy my wife a iPhone 13. So I ended up with this older iPhone and an old HTC Android phone that I use as throttles now. I've got another iPhone too, but it needs a not two as a number two. Also, it needs a new screen. The touch screen is screwed up on it. So, all right, let's put this one back in the box, back in the barn. I mean, all right, we'll put it away. Go to track 4. Tail. Everybody's going to like this one. And it is number 6302. This is a 210-2 that won't run worth a damn. I swear if you don't have 28-inch radius turns, this thing won't run on it. But it's a cool locomotive. This is a heritage unit, P2K heritage unit, special edition. And I got a great price on it, and it runs great. It just doesn't run great on my track. When you got 9 feet across, all right, and you got 4 feet dog bone ends, you don't get the opportunity to put 30-inch radius turns in. If I had 30-inch radius turns, I wouldn't be able to get right where I'm sitting now, unfortunately. So you work with what you work with. Track 4. I'm probably, by the way, anytime you see a layout, and if you notice, all my engines are facing forward, okay, except my steam locomotive, which is facing into the roundhouse. Now, the reason for that, and many of you probably know, if you look at a roundhouse, it's got these stacks. Well, inside are these funnels, and the steam locomotives used to pull into them so that the stack of the locomotive was underneath one of these funnels to vent the steam and engine soot, etc., out of the roundhouse. So when you see all these steam engines backed into a roundhouse, if you're a prototypical modeler, I'm not, I don't care, but if you are, it's not prototypical. Okay? Like I say, I don't care. Diesels are a little different because of where the stacks are. This is an old-time roundhouse. Roundhouse. for steam locomotives. That's what the kit is for. It's not for diesel locomotives. They have modern roundhouses where the stacks line up in a different place to help with the diesel locomotive exhaust. But again, I'm not a prototypical modeler. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, hi. I liked, you went through your DCC thing. I think it was yesterday, and I got lost. And with all the different things you were doing, because you control a lot of different things via DCC, such as your lighting, that I don't do. My lighting's separate off the layout. It's photo cells for other things. So, but it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Hi, I'm not being critical. I love it. It's just different than the way I'm used to, and I would really have to sit down and study what you're doing to understand how you're doing it. And typically when I'm reviewing everybody's videos, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. And I'm still drinking coffee. All right, we got a couple more to do. Where are we at? We're at, wow, we only got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. It's going to be tight. And this one is 26. This is my Baltimore and Ohio E unit. Yeah, I got it muted for whatever reason. There it goes. And again, it's got a Digitrack 16-bit sound chip with an upgraded sound file. Runs like a champ. I haven't run it in a long time. My Capital Limited is off layout as well. Right now, I only have so much room. I have too many trains. Not enough room. I need my cabinets that go in here for off layout staging is the best term I can use. Just so it's located in my operations files. Okay. And one more set, guys. Other than the ones I didn't show you, the 2 GP35s and a couple F units. And this was 6. Is that wrong? Didn't look like it fired up. Power's on. All right, let me see. Oh, that's why I didn't have the right number. Well, for whatever reason, this B unit doesn't want to fire up. Anyway, these are standard. Yeah, now it's going. Standard Athearn blue box F units. An A and a B. There's another A over in staging with the passenger cars. But the staging track is not long enough for an ABA. Okay. It's only long enough for 7 passenger cars plus 2 F units. And of course, this runs 3, so it doesn't fit. But there is another A unit over there. It may be the track that's just dirty in there. I think that's probably what it is. I hope that's what it is. All right, that is the extent of my Locos. Like I said, there's another A unit and 2 GP35s that you actually didn't see, but I mean, how many Athearn Blue Box A units and GP35s do you really need to see, right? Yeah, I'm not hiding the F. It's just one A unit. It's parked with the North Coast Limited passenger cars and staging. So I'm not really hiding it. Okay. How, if it's not, there's no decoders on your lighting circuits for your lights? Because you have more different things light up at different times, different ways. Are you just doing different bus lines for each and using just control DC analog switches through JMR to turn them on and off high? Well, thank you, Lynn. It's yeah, I started when I first started. When I finally could run trains, I had 16 locomotives, and at last count, I had about double that. Let's see. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 2 down there. 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. The 2, oh, did I? California Zephyr back here has 2. There's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37, I'm sorry. I miscounted. There's 3 other Locos I didn't show you, so we're going to bring one of them around. Yeah, just one around. 2 of them are right behind me, so I'll just change cameras and you can see 2 of them. 2 of my favorites. All right, here. There's 2 E units, E8s, okay, and running back to back with the California Zephyr. And the rear one here is, and I know some of you have seen the nosedive train. Early on in the layout, I had a train run along here, and I had not yet installed these clear guards. And it got down over there close to the bridges and went smash, and pieces flew everywhere. And I've got a video of it, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Then back here I got an E6. Oh, 20. What did I say before? There's another one up there. I forgot. All right. The Burlington Blackhawk has a E7 running it, and I have another E7 that we'll bring around because it's just because it's my favorite train. Anthony, if he's still here, he knows which one it is. Alright, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna run it. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. So. Alright, alright, alright. Well, there we go. So another E7. This is a Bachmann E7 with an economy chip in it, which for an E unit is plenty. Because E units didn't have a whole lot of light functions anyway. And this is my bi-level Burlington commuter train. This ought to be interesting. I've never brought it through Union Station this way. Made it in. Will it make it out? Nope. Won't make it out. There's too much junk under there. There it goes again. Too much junk. Oh. I'll get it there. Right there. What's holding it up there? Don't know. Huh. Anyway, here it comes. Now I got to get a hold of either George Bogatek or Jason and talk to them about wiring in, because it looks like it's got a bulb up where the Mars light goes. At least it has a lens, and I need to figure out how to get that working. I mean, if it's just plugging in, wiring in another light, another LED, that's fine. I can do that. Hello, 187th, or Steel Mill for short. The oh, you can't even see it because I'm on the wrong. I'm on the wrong camera. All right, there. Now you can see it, kind of. So this is Bachmann E7 or E6. I think it's E7. Looks like E7 with an economy decoder in it. Okay. And it pulls my bi-level commuter train, which is lit and has all these little people in it. At last count, there was like 300 people in that train. God. What'd you stop for? Right there at the switch. think I'll run it around the track. All right, switches are all set. Alrighty then. Alright guys, that is all of my Locos. Like I said, you saw the overwhelming majority of them. Just a couple were excluded just because I didn't want to bore you all with the same repetitive ones. Alright, what happened? Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. Oh, it really shouldn't do that. Alright. Alright guys, that is it for Friday Live and Mail Call. Don't forget, thank you, Alan. Anthony's got his live stream at 3:30. Edward with Happy Valley Modeling is on at 2:30. So y'all take care, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.